In this video we'll discuss about the data dissemination. So actually the wired networks having the higher bandwidth and high data transfer rate. So whereas wireless networks having the less bandwidth and less data transfer rate. Okay. So in mobile device we're having the less bandwidth and less data transfer rate. So now we'll see what about data dissemination. So data dissemination is nothing but distributing the data from one to another. So how the data will be distributed from the server to the client or client to the server. So whatever the output you are getting, that output data will be sent to your mobile devices. Now the mobile device can select or tune and such particular required data items. So for example, in the database we are having the total 10 records, but our mobile device want to select only the fifth record. So it can select that particular record, only that particular record will be selected by the mobile devices. Okay. So in the meanwhile, so in the remaining thing what the mobile can do, in order to save the power, the mobile device can in the idle mode or power off mode. Okay, in this way the mobile device can select that particular data. So let me say about the communication asymmetry. So communication is established between the client to the server or server to the client. So actually communication asymmetry and symmetry both we are having. Communication asymmetry and communication symmetric. So actually the communication symmetric is used in the GSM networks. Why? Because they are used only for voice communication. So if you want to use for data and voice communication, we are using the communication asymmetry. So actually the communication capacity or data volume in the downstream direction is much greater than the upstream direction. So what about downstream direction and upstream direction? Downstream we can call as a downlink, and upstream we can call as an uplink. Downlink and uplink. Downlink means downloading the data. Uplink means here uploading the data. So what we are seeing here, downlink, so downloaded the data, downloaded rate is much greater than the uploaded data. So from where you are downloading the data? From the server to the clients. Uploading means from the clients to the server. In both the cases downloading is very fast. If you want to download any information from the database, you can simply download within the fraction of seconds. But when you are uploading any data to the server, it takes more time when compared with the downloading. Okay, so in the GSM networks for both uplink and downlink, we already stated uplink means from the server to the client, downlink means from the client to the server. So what is the speed here? 14.4 kilobytes per second. So this is the speed we are maintaining for both uplink and downlink. So this is the data transfer rate. So this is the data transfer rate for uplink as well as an downlink. Okay. So you'll see in the figure here mobile device. So here mobile device is an client. So we are having the device APIs, and these are the servers we are having. So one is the service provides synchronization application database server. Another one is an distributed computing system and application servers. So we are having the server databases and remote databases, and also we are having the application programs. So we are using the communication asymmetry between the client as well as the server here. So where the communication asymmetry is used, when you want to transfer the both data and voice communication, at that place we are using the communication asymmetry. Only for voice communication we are using the communication symmetric. Okay, see the mobile device is a client, and here's a service provider application data is a server. So from the client to the server we are using two links we are using. One is the uplink, another one is an downlink. So uplink means uploading the data, downlink means downloading the data. Uplink and means is from client to the server. So we will see the direction here, arrow direction, from the client to the server. Downlink means from the server to the client. Okay, So by using the communication asymmetry, we are using for both communication and in the GSM networks we are using the communication symmetric. So what is the data transfer rate? 14.4 kilobytes per second. So this is the communication asymmetry in the uplink as well as the downlink. So speed is very high, downloading is very high when compared to the uploading. So next we will discuss about the classification of data delivery mechanisms. How the data will be delivered from one to another in the wireless networks. We will see here. Total we are having the two types. One is then point to point access and broadcast. Data delivery from point to point access and broadcast. Point to point means one to one, means from the client to the server or server to the client. Here broadcasting means from the server one to many. One to many means we are having one server and too many clients. In the two ways we can deliver the data here. And next, so in the broadcast, means we are having one to many. In this broadcast technique we are having the three kinds of broadcast models. So those are push based broadcast model, next one is an on demand or pull based broadcast model, and next one is an hybrid broadcast model. So we will see one by one. So what is my classification of data delivery mechanisms? So data delivery can be done in two ways. So first one is an point to point access and second one is an broadcast access. So in the point to point access we are delivering the data from one to one only, means from client to server or server to client. And coming to the broadcast techniques, we are delivering the data from one to many. So one is a server and many here is a number of clients, many number of clients. Again this broadcasting will be categorized into three types of models. So what are those? Push based broadcast model, on demand or pull based broadcast model, and next one is an hybrid broadcast models. So first we will see about the push based mechanisms. So what do you mean push based mechanisms? Push is nothing but who will push here? Server will pushes the data records from the set of distributed computing systems to the client. So who will pushes the records here? Server will pushes the data records to the clients. So that is called as a push based mechanism. So what are the examples here? Weather reports, stock codes, next news reports. So these are the examples for push based mechanisms. So this is the diagram we are here. We are having the mobile devices and we are having the server here. Server and mobile devices. Here mobile devices are the clients. So in between the server to the mobile device we are using the push mode technique. We are using the push mode technique. So push mode means from where to where? Server to the client. So you will see the direction, arrow direction, from server to the client. We are using the push down link. Okay, push down link. So what will happen in this particular thing? Server will broadcast data to the clients. Okay, so this is called as an push based mechanisms. So these are the steps we are following in the case of push based. We will see here one by one. So these are the steps. Just read it. First one is a structure of data records pushed to be selected, and an algorithm provides an adaptable multi-level mechanism that permits data items to be pushed uniformly or non-uniformly after structuring them according to their relative importance. Means first what you have to do, structure of data records to be pushed. సో ఏ డేటా రికార్డ్స్ని పుష్ చేయాలో వాటిని సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకుంటున్నాము. నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ అన్ డేటా ఈజ్ పుష్డ్ ఎట్ సెలెక్టెడ్ టైమ్ ఇంటర్వెల్స్ యూజింగ్ an adaptive algorithm. Pushing only once saves bandwidth. However, pushing at periodical intervals is important because it provides the devices that were disconnected at the time of previous push with a chance to cache the data when it pushed again, which means that we are pushing the data for regular intervals of time, period intervals of time. What do you mean periodic intervals? We will see in the previous videos. Periodical intervals means from the time to time gap between we are pushing the data. సో వైల్ పుషింగ్ ద డేటా ఫస్ట్ టైం కనుక ఏ డివైస్ అయితే కనెక్ట్ అయ్యి లేకపోతే సెకండ్ టైం పుష్ చేసినప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తుంది, ఆ డేటా అనేది వాళ్ళు రికవర్ చేసుకుంటారు. సో దీనివల్ల మీనింగ్ ఏంటి అంటే ఇంతకుముందు మనకి డేటా అనేది రిసీవ్ కాకపోయినా ఈసారైనా డేటా అనేది రిసీవ్ చేసుకుంటుంది. మీన్స్ సీ హియర్ పుషింగ్, వైల్ పుషింగ్ వన్స్ ఒకేసారి పుష్ చేయడం వల్ల ఏమవుతుంది, బ్యాండ్విడ్త్ అనేది సేమ్ అవుతుంది. అండ్ వన్ మోర్ థింగ్ హియర్, హవెవర్ పుషింగ్ ఇట్ పీరియాడికల్ ఇంటర్వెల్స్, పీరియాడిక్ ఇంటర్వెల్స్ లాగా దాన్ని మనం పుష్ చేయడం వల్ల ఏమవుతుంది అంటే ఈవెన్ ఇఫ్ ద డివైస్ దట్ వార్ డిస్కనెక్టెడ్ ద టైమ్ ఆఫ్ ప్రీవియస్ పుష్ విల్ హ్యావ్ ఎ ఛాన్స్ టు క్యాష్ ద డేటా వెన్ ఇట్ పుష్డ్ అగైన్. సో పీరియాడికల్గా పుష్ చేయడం వల్ల ఏమవుతుంది, ఒకసారి కాకపోయినా ఇంకోసారి అయినా ఆ డివైస్ అనేది ఆ డేటా అనేది రిసీవ్ చేసుకుంటుంది. సో దిస్ సెకండ్ పాయింట్. అండ్ థర్డ్ పాయింట్ ఈస్ bandwidths are adapted for downlink using an algorithm. Usually higher bandwidth is allocated to records having high number of subscribers or those with high access probability. So this is the third point. And last one is a mechanism is also adapted to stop pushes when a device hand over to the another cell. సో ఎప్పుడు మనకి స్టాప్ అవుతుంది పుషెస్ అనేది, వెన్ డివైస్ ఇస్ హ్యాండెడ్ ఓవర్ టు ద అనదర్ సెల్, అప్పుడు మనకి ఇక్కడ స్టాప్ అవుతుంది. సో ఇదంతా మనకి ఫిగర్లో కనిపిస్తుంది చూడండి ఇక్కడ ఇవన్నీ. సో దీస్ ఆర్ ద స్టెప్స్ టు యూజ్ ద పుష్ బేస్డ్ మెకానిజం. సో టోటలీ 4 steps you are having. So these are the 4 steps. So next we will see the advantages of push based mechanism. So what is the first advantage here? Push based mechanisms enable broadcast of data service to multiple devices. Means the server will broadcast the data to the multiple devices. We are having only one server and having multiple devices. At the same time server will broadcast the data to the multiple devices. So second one, the server is not interrupted frequently by request from mobile devices. Means సర్వర్ ఏం చేస్తుంది, సర్వరే డేటా అనేది మొబైల్ డివైస్కి ఫార్వర్డ్ చేస్తుంది. సో ఇక్కడ మొబైల్ డివైస్ ఏమి రిక్వెస్ట్ అనేది సర్వర్కి ఫార్వర్డ్ చేయట్లేదు. సో రిక్వెస్ట్ అనేది ఫార్వర్డ్ చేయట్లేదు కాబట్టి ద సర్వర్ ఈజ్ నాట్ ఇంటరప్టెడ్ ఫ్రీక్వెంట్లీ బై ద రిక్వెస్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ ద మొబైల్ డివైజెస్. అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ అండ్ దీస్ మెకానిజమ్స్ ఆల్సో ప్రివెంట్ సర్వర్ ఓవర్లోడ్ which might be caused by flooding of device requests. So here we are not sending any request to the server, so server can reduce its overload. That is the one more advantage. And last advantage is here, the user even gets the data he would have otherwise ignored, such as traffic congestion, forthcoming weather reports, etc. Means even if the user does not need that particular information about the weather reports or traffic congestion, their reports also will be received to the clients. So these are the advantages of using the push based mechanisms. So mainly first ఏంటి అంటే సర్వర్ అనేది మల్టిపుల్ డివైస్కి డేటా అనేది బ్రాడ్కాస్ట్ చేస్తుంది. సో ఇక్కడ క్లయింట్ అనేవాడు సర్వర్కి రిక్వెస్ట్ పెట్టుకోవాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు, రిక్వెస్ట్ పెట్టుకోకపోయినా కానీ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అనేది రీచ్ అవుతుంది. సో దీనివల్ల ఏంటి అంటే సర్వర్కి ఏమి మధ్యలో రిక్వెస్ట్ పంపించే ఇంటరప్షన్ అనేది ఏమీ జరగదు. అండ్ థర్డ్ వన్ ఏంటి అంటే రిక్వెస్ట్లు ఏమీ లేవు కాబట్టి సర్వర్కి ఓవర్లోడ్ అనేది రెడ్యూస్ అవుతుంది. నెక్స్ట్ వన్ మోర్ థింగ్ ఈజ్ యూజర్కి ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అవసరం లేకపోయినా కానీ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అనేది రీచ్ అవుతుంది అబౌట్ ద ఫోర్త్ కమింగ్ వెదర్ రిపోర్ట్స్ ఎక్సెట్రా. సో దీస్ ఆర్ ద అడ్వాంటేజెస్ ఆఫ్ యూజింగ్ ద పుష్ బేస్డ్ మెకానిజమ్స్. నౌ విల్ సీ ద disadvantages. So what is the disadvantage here? Push based mechanisms disseminate of unsolicited, irrelevant or out of context data which may cause inconvenience to the user. So యూజర్కి అవసరమైన డేటా కాకుండా అవుట్ ఆఫ్ కాంటెక్స్ట్ డేటా, ఇర్రిలవెంట్ మీన్స్ యూజర్కి రిలేటెడ్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ కాకపోయినా కానీ ఏం చేస్తుంది ఇక్కడ సర్వర్ విల్ సెండ్ ద ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ టు ద యూజర్, బట్ ఆ యూజర్కి ఆ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అనేది అవసరం లేదు. సో దట్ ఈస్ విల్ మే కాజ్ ద ఇన్కన్వీనియన్స్. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద disadvantage of using the push based mechanisms. So next one is an pull based mechanism. So this pull based mechanisms is also called as an on demand mechanisms. Means it simply you can say then a client server system. So what happened in the client server system? Whenever the client request to the server will respond to that particular request. So this is what happening in the case of client server computing. So same thing will be here also. So here user device or mobile device client only wants to pull the data from the service. So then only the particular server will distribute the data to the client. So we'll see here definition. The user device, nothing but your mobile device or computing system, pulls the data records from the service provider's application database server or from a set of distributed computing system. So here user device will request for the data from the server, then only the server will give response to that particular client. So that is called as an pull based mechanism. So now we'll see the examples like music, album server, ringtones, video clips, bank opening. So these are the examples for pull based. So music means, for example, I want to download I want to download particular song, means you are simply requesting to the server. So then only server will give that particular song to your notice. So this is what happening in the case of pull based mechanisms. So this is the diagram here. Sorry. So this is the diagram here. This is an pull based mechanism. So in this pull based mechanism we are having client as well as an server, both we are having. So these are the mobile device are the clients, and here service provider response is a server. Okay, so first what will happen, the client will send a pull request to the server. So I want to download this particular song, I want to download this particular ringtone. So in that way we are requesting to the server. So then only the server will respond to the client, then only the server responds to the client. So this is called a pull based mechanism. So here also we are following some steps to function about the pull based mechanisms. So we will see the functions. First one, the bandwidth used for the uplink channel depends upon the number of pull requests. So uplink channel యొక్క bandwidth అనేది దేని మీద డిపెండ్ అయి ఉంటుంది, ఇట్ విల్ డిపెండ్ అపాన్ ద నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ పుల్ రిక్వెస్ట్ మీద డిపెండ్ అయి ఉంటుంది. నెక్స్ట్, ఏ పుల్ థ్రెషోల్డ్ ఈజ్ సెలెక్టెడ్, దిస్ థ్రెషోల్డ్ లిమిట్స్ ద నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ పుల్ రిక్వెస్ట్ ఇన్ ఏ గివెన్ పీరియడ్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్, దిస్ కంట్రోల్స్ ద నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ సర్వర్ ఇంటరప్షన్. ఒక పుల్ థ్రెషోల్డ్ అనేది యూస్ చేస్తాము. ఇది థ్రెషోల్డ్ యొక్క వర్క్ ఏంటి అంటే ఎన్ని నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ పుల్ రిక్వెస్ట్ వచ్చాయి విత్ ఇన్ ద గివెన్ పీరియడ్ ఆఫ్ టైంలో. సో దాన్ని బేస్ చేసుకుని ఏం చేస్తుంది, ఇట్ విల్ కంట్రోల్స్ ద నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ సర్వర్ ఇంటరప్షన్స్. సో నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ ఏ మెకానిజం ఈజ్ అడాప్టెడ్ టు ప్రివెంట్ ద డివైస్ ఫ్రమ్ pulling from a cell which has handed over the concerned device to another cell. On device handoff, the subscription is cancelled or passed on the new service provider call. So this is the last step is, in pull based mechanisms the user device receives data records sent by server on demand only. Means in this particular pull based mechanism, user device, here user device is nothing but your mobile device or maybe an client will receive the data record sent by the server on demand. On demand means whenever the client requests for particular records, then only you get the data from the server. So that is called as an pull based mechanism. So we will see the advantages. With pull based mechanism, no unsolicited or irrelevant data arrives at the device, and the relevant data is disseminated only when the user asks for it. So in this case, సో ఇర్రిలెవెంట్ డేటా, అవసరం లేని డేటా అనేది మనకి అప్లికబుల్ కాదు. ఏదైతే మనకి రిలవెంట్ కావాలో ఆ డేటా అనేది మనం ఏం చేస్తున్నాము, వీఆర్ ఆస్కింగ్ ఫర్ సర్వర్ అండ్ సర్వర్ విల్ డిస్ట్రిబ్యూట్ ద డేటా టు యూజర్. సో సెకండ్ వన్ ఈజ్ Pull based mechanism are the best option when the server has very little contention and is able to respond to too many device requests within the expected time intervals. So when this particular pull based mechanism is used for very little contention, if you are having too many device requests, so server will respond to that particular time interval only. So that is the second advantage of using the pull based mechanisms. So now we'll see the disadvantages. The server faces frequent interruptions and queues of requests at the server may cause congestion in case of sudden rise in demand for certain data records. Means number of clients will forward the request to the server. So then what the server will faces the number of frequent interruptions. Okay, so this is the one of the disadvantages. So second one is on demand model. Another disadvantage is the energy and bandwidth required for sending the request for the art items and temporal records. So there is a second disadvantage of using the pull based mechanism. So the third one is an hybrid mechanism. So this hybrid mechanism is the combination of both push and pulls. See here, hybrid data delivery mechanism integrates pushes and pulls, both we are using. So that's why it is called as an IPP. IPP stands for interleaved push and pull mechanisms. So in this particular device we are having the two channels. One is the back channel and second one is an front channel. So back channel is used to send the pull request for records which are not regularly pushed by the front channel. And here the front channel uses the algorithms modeled as broadcast disk and sends the generated interleaved response to the pull request. So what are the examples for hybrid mechanisms means? Advertising and selling music albums, and the advertisements are pushed and the mobile device pull for buying the album. So what happening here, hybrid mechanisms is the combination of both pushes and pull. So that's why it is called as an interleaved push and pull mechanism. So in this particular hybrid mechanisms we are using two channels. One is the back channel, another one is a front channel. So what is the work of back channel? Back channel will send pull request for records which are not regularly pushed by the front channel. So front channel means it will uses the algorithms modeled at the broadcast disk and sends the generated interleaved responses to the pull request. So in the diagram, the mobile device we are having the push operations as well as then pull operations we are having. We will see the arrow marks here. So these are the push downlink and here is the push downlink and here is the pull request. Both combination we are using, so that's why it is called as an hybrid mechanism. So best example is an advertisement of and selling music albums. So now we'll see the steps. See here there are two channels, one for pushes by front channel and other for pulls by back channel. Two channels we are having, for pulling back channel, for pushing front channel. Bandwidth is shared and adapted between the two channels depending upon the number of active devices receiving data from the server and the number of devices requesting data pulls from the server. And now last step, an algorithm can adaptively chop the slowest level of the scheduled pushes successfully. The data records at lower level where the records are assigned lower priorities can have long push intervals in a broadcasting model. So what happening in the hybrid mechanism, we are having a two channels, one is push, one is front channel and one is the back channel. Front channel is used for pushing the data, back channel is used for pulling the data. And here we are sharing the bandwidth between the two channels. So it will depends upon the number of active devices receiving the data from the server. Okay, so these are the steps in the hybrid mechanism. So now we'll see the advantages and disadvantages. So here advantage is the number of server interruptions and queue requests are significantly reduced. Means number of requests in the queue and interruptions will be reduced. And disadvantage is IPP. interleaved push and pull mode does not eliminate the typical server problems of too many interruptions and queued requests. So these are the disadvantages of hybrid mechanisms. Okay, thank you.